All right, so let's take a look at some of our Alaska news for this Wednesday morning. It is March 1st of 2017. Did you know that the Anchorage Jewish Center was one of the dozen or so around the nation that received a bomb threat on Monday afternoon? They said that they knew almost immediately that it was a hoax because it was a recorded voice. It sounded very much like some of the other hoax bomb threats that have been going around at some of the elementary schools that have happened over the last year or so. In this case, the fact that it is Jewish centers that have been targeted nationwide has got quite a lot of people getting their dander up. And Juneau police apparently helped a man to not jump off a bridge. A number of calls came in on Friday night that there was a fellow on the opposite side, in other words, outside the safety railing, just holding on by two arms. The police arrived and were able to grab hold of him once they talked him out of actually jumping, and they immediately took him right to the hospital for an evaluation. The game board has decided not to allow snaring for bears. It's one of the proposals that had been brought to the game board because of some of the folks, especially around Fort Yukon, who depend on moose for their survival. They need to be able to hunt moose. They need to get that meat. They've noticed a decline, and they think it's because of all the black bears in the area, and they need some help in getting rid of the black bears. And so they were asking, can we snare them like we do with lynx and wolves and some other, fur-bearing animals? Game board said no, and the reason why they said no, just right out of hand, was because of all the critical attention that they've gotten from animal rights groups. So, I wonder, if you can't eat your moose, what are you going to eat? We'll talk about that at some point, I think. There was a snowmachiner who was out on Lake Nancy, got a little bit of a crash, disabled snowmachine, couldn't get back, called for help. By the time they finally caught up to him, he suffered frostbite. They're encouraging everybody, if you're going snowmachine, go with a friend. It sounds like common sense, that the idea that you shouldn't be out there in the backcountry without a sat phone or a cell phone or some way to contact people. And, of course, you need to have a friend with you. It's just common sense. The heavy snow that we've had in the Fairbanks area has really stretched the public works budget. So they're talking about they've had to rearrange it because they absolutely have to get the snow. So they're not going to have the money to fix the potholes this year. And the Anchorage Strip Club that, what is it called, Fantasies on 5th, that one that's been in the news so much lately because of all the problems and the protests of the city license, looks like it's going to be done for good now. At this point, they've postponed indefinitely any more hearings on the issues. They basically said, we've just decided that you can't be in business here anymore. And a number of other stories that we simply do not have time for in this short version. If you want to get the 30-minute version, you can become a paid subscriber at radiofreespeech.com, and I'd be happy to email you a 30-minute audio version of all the Alaska news and some national and international stories as well. If you like what I'm doing, please support me either through Patreon or by a direct subscription, radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.